What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys more into Twinch It. We're still using the Blitzkrieg team that I've shown in the past few videos. I feel like I haven't really got a great chance to showcase this team to its fullest potential and all the pins and other just really cool things that this team can do. So we're going to play a few more games with it, and hopefully I can show you guys how to actually play the team correctly instead of just finding a bunch of gimmicks or other weird stuff. The way you're supposed to play this is you're supposed to lead correctly and force your opponent into a position where they are slower than your Pokemon, and then from there they either have to A, lose their Pokemon, or switch and lose the Pokemon in the back. So the first game of the day is going to be up against Mike, who is Xurkitree, Garchomp, Arcanine, Lele, Kartana, Metagross. I can definitely fight this team with my teams. What do I want to do here? I think Coco is pretty good here. The problem with this team is, where is the Scarf? Is it on the Lele? Is it on the Xurkitree? Is it on the Garchomp? Well, we can kind of assume that it's not going to be on the Garchomp because there's nothing to really protect its teammates from the Earthquake spam that would be inevitable from Scarf Garchomp. So, if we think it's not on Garchomp, we think it's probably on the Xurkitree. Or, I guess even Scarf Arcanine is a thing. I will be leading Coco here. I think Muk Pelipper actually gets my point across very well. Because it's not Scarf Garchomp, I know I'm not going to be afraid of that for my Coco. I would like to start off Rain. I could probably go Double Duck here, but I think Muk Pelipper is a decent lead. Golduck as a secondary because he has no weather to stop it, and either Lele or Raichu. I think I'm going to go Lele here, just to switch up the terrain. I don't want to give Xurkitree that much freedom, and I want to be able to potentially like revenge kill something with a Lele, and I think Lele is better than Raichu in this matchup. Pheromosa would be a good pick here, but like I said, I don't know where his Scarf is, and Pheromosa is so frail that it would just go down to any Pokemon. So we're going to hop right into it, and hopefully showcase some pretty cool Blitzkrieg plays. Hopefully we're going to win this game within a couple of turns and have some good VGC 2017 times doing it. So I hope it works. I hope it works. Alright, so Pokemon Trainer Mike is going to be starting things off. Let's see if, I think the Scarf's going to be on its Lele, but we'll see what happens. So we see Muk Pelipper lead a lead. You don't see me do all that often versus Garchomp Xurkitree. So like I said earlier, I really do think that the Xurkitree is the Choice Scarf Pokemon of choice. Now how do I want to deal with this? He's probably just going to attack my Pelipper and then attack my Coco with a potential Z move. So the only problem here would be the Assault Vest Garchomp, and that would be a major problem. What if I went HP Ice into the Garchomp slot, Protect with Pelipper, just to waste the Xurkitree's time, and then from there I can fodder Pelipper next turn, and then be fine. I think that's probably what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to be Choice Scarf HP Icing the Garchomp and just protecting with my Pelipper. Normally I don't protect with Pelipper, and I normally just don't protect ever, but we're just doing this to waste the Xurkitree's time here. Let's see if Xurkitree goes for Dazzling Gleam or Thunderbolt. Yeah, there's the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt gets blocked. Note that Xurkitree is first, which means he is Scarfed. And the only problem here would be Sash or Assault Vest Garchomp. Looks like it's going to be the potential Z-move Garchomp. And the turn went exactly how I said it would. Funny how that happens when you accurately analyze their team preview. And right now we did KO his Metagross, but we aren't in a great position just yet. He has our Pelipper pinned, and our Coco's locked into HP Ice. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch out Coco for, we're going to switch in Coco for Golduck. That's such a weird switch in, but I kind of have to do it. And then we're going to switch out Pelipper for Lele. I do think that Lele might be able to eat a Thunderbolt from the Xurkitree. It's definitely possible. And remember, Lele would be activating the Psychic Terrain. So what this is going to be doing, it's going to be making the power of Xurkitree's Thunderbolt a lot weaker than normal, as well as blocking any potential Bullet Punches that would be coming up from Metagross. Because the standard play here, I think, would be to like Bullet Punch and Thunderbolt the Pelipper slot to break potential Sash, and it's pretty obvious that I'm Specs Coco. So he just goes for the raw Thunderbolt. Looks like he's not going for any priority moves. He's targeting on the Lele, who is bulky enough, but he gets a Paralyze. That's very not cool, as he goes for a Meteor Mash onto probably the Coco slot, but that's going to become Golduck. Alright, so this is kind of lame. I think I have to nuke the Xurkitree. I think Pelipper's faster. Sorry, not Pelipper. I think Golduck is faster than Xurkitree, so we're just going to knock that guy out, and you know what? My Lele's going to use Thunder, because I want to. I'm going to Thunder that Metagross slot with my Lele if I ever get a chance to use it. So we are going to be going first with our Golduck. Modest Golduck in the rain is faster than Scarf Xurkitree. We're going to get Xurkitree off the board. He's probably going to Zen Headbutt our Golduck, but then we'll send in Coco, and Coco can clean up the Metagross. Hopefully, unless it's vested. It'd be really cool to be able to actually attack it with Lele. It would be really, really cool to get a Paralyze with my Thunder, considering I got paralyzed by a Thunderbolt earlier. So Xurkitree does go down, and let's see. Metagross is going to Meteor Mash. He's going to target down my Lele, I think? Hey, that's completely fine. At this point, to be completely honest, Lele is actually a bit of a liability because it's paralyzed. I'd rather my Golduck just be at full health and let me bring in my Koko with the correct terrain and just slam a Thunderbolt, or a Thunder into that slot. Ooh, juicy Arcanine. So all we gotta do to win this game, I think, is hit a Hydro Pump onto that Arcanine slot, and I should win. Now, there's a high chance that the Metagross is Assault Vested, but unless he has about up to around 80 EVs in Special Defense, my Koko will still get the KO with the Thunder. So what we're going to do here is we are going to Hydro Pump the Arcanine, I really hope that hits, and we are going to pop a Choice Spec Thunder in the rain onto that Metagross. And hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. Survey says, can we hit Hydro Pump? That's pretty much the name of the game here. Even if we don't hit Hydro Pump, I think I'm okay. But we do hit Hydro Pump now. Unless this Arcanine is like Focus Sash, that'd be the weirdest thing. Have you guys ever seen Focus Sash Arcanine? How weird would that actually be? And Thunder's going to slam in here. Are you holding an Assault Vest? Are you invested in Special Defense? Or are you just full HP Assault Vest? And it looks like he is full HP Assault Vest with investment. So he is going to get a chance to nuke my Koko. He actually gets the boost too. Oh, that's kind of scary. But I think I'm going to be fine. Let me think. Do I want to double Ice Beam? Because my Golduck has Protect, Encore, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump. I think double Ice Beam is actually the... No, I'm just going to Hydro Pump. It's fine. I have Pelipper in the back. And Pelipper's faster than him. He is going to be bullet punching my Koko, most likely, and I'm spec'd, so like I gotta just kind of eat it. So he's going to be bullet punching my Tapu Koko here, and Tapu Koko is going to go down. Fortunately, he can't get an attack boost off Bullet Punch, and we go for Hydro Pump, and we miss. Hey, that happens sometimes, you know, I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm very fortunate that I hit my Hydro Pumps when they do matter versus when they don't matter in this scenario. At this point, since he is so invested in the defensive stats, my Pelipper is most likely going to be faster than him, and even if it's not, I think I have like 2 or 3 more tries to go for Hydro Pump. So, actually, I could have just Encored him, and I could just Encore and Bullet Punch right now. So, I'm just going to Hydro Pump it. At this point, going for the Hydro Pump is the correct play, because if it were a best of 3, you don't want to reveal that you have the Encore. You just want to try and slam the Hydro Pump since you've already revealed that move. So we do hit our Hydro Pump. That's pretty good for me, and we are going to wrap up Game 1 of today's episode of In It to Win It with a victory against Mike. Pretty good stuff. I mean, I think my team is generally made to beat teams like his. He doesn't have any weather. He has no Tapu control, and it's pretty much just a guess where's the Choice Scarf team, and I guessed, it's not that I guessed correctly, I analyzed the situation, I talked about the potential choice items on most of his Pokemon, and I decided that it was on the Xurkitree. We scouted for it to be on the Xurkitree, and, you know, I played very well. So we're going to be going into Game 2, and hopefully we can fight some more of that, because that's pretty good. Now, I want to say that I could have led Double Duck, Golduck, and Pelipper probably, and got the same result. Could have just nuked the Xurkitree right there, and I don't even remember his other lead, Garchomp. I could have been fine, but I think what I did was actually an even better play. Alright, Miss Darwin from Mexico. Let's see what the team is. We are going to see Lele, Garchomp, Celesteela, Porygon 2, Muk, and Arcanine. So against this lead, I am going to do the exact same thing, I think. Against Garchomp, I really just think that Koko is super solid. Koko Pelipper is super solid. But I also could just no, actually, let's change it up. Let's go Double Duck against this. Because he has no weather control, very limited Tapu control like the last guy. I can Gimp his Porygon, I can Scout Speed Tierings, kind of based off of my lead, and I'm really getting the Scarf Garchomp feel, and if I were to lead Koko Pelipper, and let's say he were to just protect Earthquake with whatever, or switch in Celesteela and Earthquake, that'd be a game right there. So since this is a best of 1, we're going to be going Double Duck, and then I need secondaries. So we're going to go Tapu Koko as a secondary, and we're actually going to go Pheromosa. I think we're going to use his own... is Pheromosa a good secondary? I think Pheromosa's bulky enough to live a Life Orb Extreme Speed from Arcanine, but I'm getting the vibe that that's a bulky Arcanine. I just don't think Lele is very good here, and I really don't like Raichu considering my only real attack is Psychic. He has like a Celesteela, and a Muk, and a Lele. I'm not going to bring Raichu. I could bring Lele, but then there's the Arcanine, and then I'd have to use Psychic attacks, and then you switch in the things to block the Psychic, so I'd be stuck using, like, Choice Scarf, wrong attacks. So I think Pheromosa is the right play here, especially if we can get rid of the potential Choice Scarf Garchomp. If it's not Choice Scarfed, it's actually not even a problem. And looking back on his team, it just might not be Choice Scarfed because he doesn't have that many potential Z-move teammates to use. I mean, you don't really ever see Z-move Arcanine all that often anymore. It's definitely uncommon to see Z-move Lele. So it's probably Z-move Garchomp, but we're leading with this lead to guarantee that it's not. So we see Porygon 2 and Arcanine. So what matters here is we see the Arcanine intimidate before Pelipper or after. So he intimidates my Pelipper first. That means he is faster. He can go for a Wild Charge, which would be lame because it would let him get his Trick Room up. If he Wild Charged my Pelipper, I would be going down because normally they have the Sash. He traces my Drizzle. I kind of wish that he traced my Swift Swim, to be honest, so he wouldn't Trick Room me. But what we're going to do here is we are just going to go for the standard Brine combo up onto his Porygon. We're going to go for the Hydro Vortex Brine. That is enough to take out the Porygon. Any Porygon, even full HP specialty. He's going to be switching out the Arcanine in for Muk. Okay, now let's see if the Porygon protects, because if Porygon protects, that changes the game a little bit. Looks like he's deciding to stay in and try and set up Trick Room, which we know that we beat, because, like I said earlier, Hydro Vortex in the rain, from a modest Golduck and then Brine from a modest Pelipper is enough to take out any Porygon spread as long as the rain is up. You're going to see how much damage this does. Like, even the full HP special, the like full investment, it's going to be able to take it out. So let's see how much damage this first Hydro Vortex does. So I would say he has very limited investment to none. Or sorry, I would say he has investment, but not a ton. But either way, Brine is a move that deals double damage if the target is under half. So we are going to be able to take out the Porygon on the very first turn of the game. That's very, very good. We know that he has Muk and Arcanine. Let's see if Garchomp comes out here. So it is going to be Garchomp. That is amazing for me. That is literally one of the best things that could actually happen. Let's see. Now, I really don't think it's vested. It definitely could be. I could double up into it, but I really get the feel that he's going to go for a Protect EQ, but there's not really that much of a reason to go Protect EQ. You know what we're actually going to do? We are going to fling the Muk, because I really think the Muk might attack, just to keep it honest. And if it does Protect, we can Encore it next turn after we KO the Garchomp with an Ice Beam from our Golduck, sorry. So we're going for the Ice Beam. Now let's see if it's stashed or vested. Even if it's not, I definitely have a huge advantage right now. It looks like it is going to be that vested Garchomp, and Rock Slide is going to be the move that he decides to attack us with. Let's hope he doesn't flinch my Pelipper, because I'm trying to flinch that Muk with a Fling. So he crits my Golduck, and he doesn't flinch my Pelipper, which means my Razor Fang is going to come in hot onto that Muk and make it flinch. So Razor Fang Pelipper definitely working this game, having a ton of utility, and saving my Golduck for a turn that it normally wouldn't be saved for. So let's think about what we can do. I'm actually just going to Brine his Muk, like why not? Because I can lock up his Garchomp with an Ice Beam. You know what we're actually going to do? We're going to Ice Beam. Ah, man. I want to Hydro Pump and Brine that Garchomp slot. What if I just Hydro Pumped it? Now that's reading too much for no reason. We're going to Brine the Garchomp and we're going to Hydro Pump it because Garchomp can't Protect. If he switches into Arcanine, the Arcanine is going to eat the Ice Beam like a champ, and then he's going to eat the Brine. And I don't really want to hit the Muk with the Brine. I don't really have to. I really think the Arcanine switch in is probably coming here. And like I said, even if he doesn't switch, then the original target of Brine, which was Muk, would still get hit. So that was definitely the right play. It looks like I just Ice Beam and Brined, but really I targeted the Garchomp slot correctly to cover an Arcanine switch in. So he goes for a knockoff. It's not going to be able to KO my Golduck because I'm holding the Z item. And I think this is pretty much it. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I have Coco in the back. I have Pheromosa in the back. I want to be able to get both of his Pokemon down to spots where they get one-shotted by Tapu Koko. Let's see how many turns of Rain I have left. I think I have 2 turns. Yes, I have 2 turns of Rain. So I think I might just go for a Brine onto the Arcanine, and I kind of want to Hydro Pump his Muk. I really think I'd take it out. If Brine from Pelipper did that much as a 65, a 110 from a Golduck would be stronger. So if we hit the Hydro Pump on Muk, we're in a really good spot. And if anything, he'd be... Oh, he's just going to E-Speed me. That's lame. That's not lame. That is the correct play. And like I said, I was talking about the E-Speed Arcanine potential from the very start of the game in the team preview, but he wasn't actually Life Orbs. And if he was, he would have actually gotten KO'd by that brine. So we're going to see a berry activate. It looks like it is a super citrus, so that's definitely not good for me. And he's going to knock off me. Let's see if I live. I do live because I already used my item. So we're going to be expecting him to go for an E-Speed. So we're just going to bring Tapu Koko. Just bringing in that Tapu Koko here. I'm going to protect, attack the Arcanine. And if he goes protect Arcanine and attacks my Koko, oh man, he's a... You know what? Actually, he's probably going to do that. So, let me see if I can actually steal some stuff here. You know, I'm just going to Thunder the Muk. The Muk is... the Muk's not that big of a problem. It's not as big of a problem as it looks. You know, we're actually just going to brine the Muk because I can. And if he wants to attack my Pelipper, he can attack my Pelipper. I really don't care if he attacks it. And we're just going to T-Bolt that Arcanine. I think T-Bolt can KO from here. Yeah, he's just going to go for the E-Speed. Alright, cool. This play kept him completely honest. If you want to try and protect me and KO my Koko, I'm completely going to give him my Koko if he wants to have it here. Because it's up to Pheromosa to KO the Muk. Which it can, so... He'd have to play some crazy, crazy play. Yep, top Koko's down. It's completely fine. I could have attacked the Muk that turn and made Arcanine fight Pheromosa, but Arcanine is definitely better at beating Pheromosa, especially because of the E-Speed. And I'm really glad that I have Pheromosa here instead of Lele. Now, I don't think that he has Shadow Sneak on Muk. He would have used it a million times by now. So what we're going to do, I could just go for a high jump kick. I could. But we're just going to lunge. Lunge is going to lower his attack and put him within KO. It might even just KO it. I mean, I am Life Orbed. And it's going to make it so his Poison Jab or Knockoff or whatever can't deal any real damage to me. Maybe borrowing like a crit Poison. So he's protecting right there. Now, literally, next turn I can high jump kick. I mean, high jump kick will seal the game. But I want to go for the lunge. I want to see how much damage we actually reduce through the use of this. So we're just going to go for the lunge. And I think I can KO him. Even if I don't, I mean, I'll just do it next turn. He's probably going to be a little bit less than he is now. And if I ever have to high jump kick, I just will after he protects. So we're just going to lunge. Yep, he's put it pretty much the same stat that he was before. We take a little bit of Life Orb damage. He's probably going to go for a Poison Jab. But I don't really think it's going to do that much because I lowered his attack. Yeah, and he's at a little bit less than before. He goes for a knockoff, so he's going to knock off my Life Orb. That's actually pretty lame. To be completely honest, that might change things up a bit. I might have to high jump kick him now. Let's protect for this turn. Let's protect. Let's see if he protects. So he definitely turned this one on its side with the knockoff instead of just going for the Poison Jab. The knockoff was actually a really good play. He goes for protect, so all I got to do... Actually, we failed to protect. Does that mean... Oh, I don't even know. Does that mean that... Actually, I'm just going to high jump kick. I don't really care. I'm not going to kill myself from a high jump kick whiff here. But I don't know if that means that he gets it up for free. Yeah, he does. That's lame. I don't think I kill myself. I think I'm going to be left at like 10-20%. Now, let's see. And if he has Shadow Sneak, I'm going to be so mad. Alright, cool. Electricity disappeared. I mean, if he has Shadow Sneak, he has Shadow Sneak. I started fucking around, and I deserve to lose. So, high jump kick. Here we go. Do we hit it? Do you have Shadow Sneak? Do you have it? Survey says... He might go for a double protect. He might. High jump kick. Oh, we hit. Cool. And this should KO even though I'm not Life Orbed. Should KO. Cool. And we crit. Hey! Sometimes lucky. I don't think we needed it because lunge plus Life Orb was doing a little bit more than that. So high jump kick should have been just fine. So pretty cool game. I made it a little bit closer than normal by trying to use lunge correctly, but my opponent made a very, very good play and forced me to go for high jump kick. Like, I tried to win the game without using high jump kick because I always think that's safer, but he forced me to do it, which is definitely the correct play out of my opponent. So I feel like I showcased two pretty decent games that showcase how to play the team correctly. Other than that, I feel like I really like this team, and if you guys like this team, remember you can check out the QR code. I'll leave a link to that in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.